Alright, hey guys, how's it going? Got another Destiny 2 video here for you all today. This one's going to be on the new Iron Banner shader, Iron Countershade. This is the one everyone's been talking about, the Chainmail shader. The one locked behind a pretty ridiculous grind that's kind of had the whole community start to loss farm. So I've been doing that, kind of in the end turned into farming loss farmers, just because there's so many and you can just cap the first point and then most people just let you like take over the game. But yeah, did that for like a whole day. Finally got the shader and it's cool. It's definitely not something you're gonna plop on everything like Metro Shift or Amethyst Veil, but there's some really cool things you can do with it. And I think this is going to be a really nice one for hunters specifically with cloaks, because I think that's what's going to look best with Chainmail, because a lot of the Warlock chest pieces are going to look a bit ridiculous with it. So I'll just show off some of the ones I have in my collection to show you just how silly stuff can get. So if we use last season's Warlock ornament, the Starfarer's robes, you can see just it's a little bit silly. You got everything's just chainmail. Everything's made out of chainmail. You got a popped collar that would not be able to sit there popped like that. So yeah, you can just see how ridiculous some sets can be with it. But then you have some that I think do work well. Something like this where just the skirt is made out of the cloth. You can have some pretty nice looks. I'm not the biggest fan of the color of the green specifically. I think it's a little bit of I don't know, it just doesn't go with much for me. And then it's like scratched and battle damaged, so the green doesn't like fill anything out, which is cool, but you know, not everyone's taste for this to all be brushed off. Something like this is pretty cool, you know, where this whole piece could feasibly be made out of chainmail. It's a nice look. And then this, where you just have these pieces on the chest made out of it. It's a lot more practical. And the Nemean Lion as well. Having this chainmail draped over like metal or armor just makes a lot more sense than something like this, where you're like, okay, no one would wear this ever. This more looks like something a soldier like in medieval times would actually wear, or a guardian. Something like this too, you know. This is a little bit crazy, but I think that's a pretty cool look, actually. Better than some. This works as well too, especially with this like tarp here. I've just never been a fan of this piece because looks like your chest puffs out so much. Looks a little bit off. Steeplechase, I think, kind of works too. I don't know how feasible it is to have like strips of iron chainmail like this, but it's a cool look, and I like how it looks on the skirting there. Blood Lineage is a little bit ridiculous. Lux overcoat, very ridiculous. Valkyrian robes, ridiculous. I think Virtuous looks pretty good with it. Again, it's got chainmail laid over actual armor. Northlight's pretty cool. You got the plate over the chainmail, and you've got the nice skirting too. Phenotype plasticity, I really like the look of with the chainmail. Legacy's Oath is one of the most ridiculous ones, just because of how much gets turned into chainmail. Atavist Idol is pretty good too. Like Deep Explorer looks a bit ridiculous as well. This is a really good one too that I like. On weapons, I haven't found one that takes the chainmail shader material and applies it to anything. So let me know if you find one that takes it. But for the most part, you're just going to be this brushed metal look with the scratched off green. And I'm not a big fan of the green color. I think here it looks really good on the long arm, but with some guns it just doesn't look that great. And I'll show off just a couple hunter cloaks here, just so you can see where I think it's really gonna shine. It's got something like this. I think this is a really cool look, having a whole chainmail hood and cape. It's very, very interesting. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know if you're gonna try to get the shader or you just think it's not worth. It is a big time grind, but if you're interested in collecting stuff for interesting, unique fashion sets, definitely worth going for. That's gonna do it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.